أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, we were talking about regulations and limitations to human beings, the needs for human beings to be regulated, and why human beings can be free and unchained from regulations and limitations. Now, when we see different laws and governments and religions, we see various types of regulations and limitations and rules that human beings have to follow underneath their belief, or because they are born into that state, or for example, they are under that law. Now, the question that pops up to many's minds is that why are some of them weak? Why is there corruption? Why is there no order? We stated before that the reason why human beings cannot be free is because society will not be intact, and there will be chaos when we let human beings roll freely and do whatever they desire without any relegations and limitations. Now, to this day, we see human beings corrupt. We still see chaos. We still see corruption. What is the reason behind that? Al-Allama Tabatabai points out to a very tactical, important point in having regulations. When you have regulations, the person that is relegating, or that person that is giving limitations, the person that is giving laws, the authority, you could say, has to be a person who himself either follows those laws, or a person that is outside of the law, or something that is outside of the law, and that we will talk about inshallah ta'ala on another episode. For now, what we want to state here is that when a person, a human being, they themselves become the government, they also have their own desires. They themselves want to roam freely. They themselves want to enchain themselves from these limitations. So what do? They either change it, or they try to make people fall into these desires that they want to fall into, therefore thus causing people to forget about the regulations placed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or any other regulation, and changing the law altogether. Another reason why is that the governing body, or the implementers of these laws and regulations, have low knowledge. They sometimes look at one aspect of the human being, which is usually what we see today. They don't look at the second and most important aspect of a human being, the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect, the hereafter aspect. And this is also something that has to do with the difference between a religious person and a non-religious person. When a religious person wants to implement a law, they look at the afterlife as well. They also look at the spiritual part and aspect of the human being. Unlike the non-religious person, where they are so attached to material and they cannot let material go, thus they implement the laws according to their material desires and needs and wills, and do not go to spiritually. And that will cause also chaos, as we see today in our daily lives and the many different violations that we see. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please join us again. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.